The amount of money the U.S. Department of Defense is spending on contracts in Indiana is a fourth of what it was in 2008. 6 years ago, the Defense Department spent $8 billion on contracts that were performed in Indiana. Last year, contracts in Indiana amounted to just over $2 billion. That's largely because of a shift from on-the-ground forces to more remote technology, such as drones. Gretchen Frazee reports on how Indiana defense contractors are trying to adapt to those changing demands and keep defense dollars flowing into the state.
And our turning cells are all at the other end.
At Garrity Tool in Indianapolis, Carl Boss oversees 60 employees as they manufacture metal parts for military radars, helicopters, and airplanes. The parts are so specialized that we're not allowed to show them up close on camera. Garrity Tool's contracts specify that all proprietary information is kept secret. After the parts are manufactured, workers inspect them to make sure they fit the exact qualifications. Then they're shipped to larger companies where they're assembled together with other parts and sold to the U.S. Department of Defense. But these kinds of contracts are becoming more rare.
Right now, we're trying to maintain. It is tough. At any given time, probably 30 different contracts, different customers going through here. That's how we weather the tough times. So if we were solely DOD, I'd be worried. If we were solely biomedical, I'd be worried, but we're not because we have that broad base that we work in. It helps protect us a little bit from the ups and downs because every industry has ups and downs.
Garrity Tool has done well compared to many other companies like AM General in South Bend, which manufactures the Humvee.
AM General is responsible for some of the most iconic vehicles in automotive history.
When troops started coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, the Humvee wasn't needed anymore, and that has caused AM General's contracts to drop more than $4 billion since 2008. Dwayne Embry heads the state's newly created Office of Defense Development that aims to connect contractors with defense agencies. He says Indiana isn't getting out of the defense business. The companies here will have to adapt to changing needs if they want to continue winning contracts.
The main thing is we've been at war for 10 plus years now. We will be shifting as we get out of that, and whatever else we do, we need to be agile and flexible and focused on meeting the current needs. If we can do that, then I think we will be as healthy and as competitive as any other state and any other sector.
And the Defense Department's needs are vast. Last year, they contracted Indiana companies to produce radio and TV equipment, jet engines, and underwater sound equipment, just to name a few. Embry says Indiana's manufacturing base makes it a top contender for those contracts because it can often meet the Defense Department's needs through every stage of the process, from making individual parts to assembling entire vehicles or weapons.
Strengthening that supply chain will enable us to serve not only Indiana major defense contractors, but to serve nationally. And we think we can leverage that to sustain, maybe increase the number of employees that we have on defense work.
Compared to bases on the East and West Coasts, Indiana's labor costs are also much cheaper because the cost of living in Washington, D.C. or Los Angeles, for example, are 40 to 50% higher. During a tour of the facilities at Army Ammunition Activity Crane in southern Indiana, the four-star general in charge of the Army's equipment took a look at some of the products and services Indiana has to offer.
We're still conducting operations simultaneously on every continent. The Army is involved in some form of operation, and when you see that type of activity, we'll continue to have requirements. We're heavily involved in training, and so the munitions that are manufactured here certainly are utilized for our training missions. And so we continue to see where we can and continue to stabilize the workload.
General Vi says Indiana contractors looking to earn the Army's business need to produce quality products, but they also need to go beyond the status quo.
We're always looking for ways that we can improve how we produce, manufacture, transport, deliver, and resupply logistics operations. And so we have facilities like Crane that do a great job and looking for more innovative ways to do business, be more smarter about it, but also be innovative and do so at less cost and best value.
Being innovative, though, isn't always easy. It takes a lot of resources, time, employees, and of course, money. To talk more about the initiatives in Indiana aimed at creating new defense products while still making a profit, we're joined by Charles Lasota. He's the director of the Battery Innovation Center near Crane. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Joe.
Now, as the name suggests, the Battery Innovation Center deals largely with developing technologies for batteries. Where do we see those used in the military?
Well, it's across the board, Joe. They're used in everything from small handheld devices to powering the individual weapons, the munitions, to being at the core of allowing our aircraft, our vehicles, our ships to go operate. Almost every shape, size imaginable.
But you've had to diversify, and this new technology is not just used for the military, though.
That's correct. The one thing you can say is that energy storage devices are needed by everyone. The commercial sector is constantly looking for new higher power energy storage devices for their products, whether they be small handheld phones or even larger storage devices for microgrids.
What are some of those other types of products, though, besides batteries that this same method could be applied to?
Well, I think if you look across the board, there's a lot of overlap between what the Department of Defense needs to meet its requirements and what's needed in the commercial sector. Today, the government uses, for instance, radar and unique microwave devices in its combat systems. But we're seeing a resurgence of needs, for instance, in the automotive industry, where rear backing devices are now relying on both radar and lasers to be able to detect people behind them to maintain those vehicles safe.
I heard about tires, too. Are there some inflatable tire
Oh,
technology out there?
Well, imagine that if you're in a Humvee in harm's way, the last thing you want to have to do is get out and change a tire. So working with some of the tire manufacturers, the Department of Defense has been able to manufacture tires that provide that even ride, but also will never go flat, just have dynamic stability. Those are going to be available on the commercial market, and quite frankly, having changed a tire out on I-70, I'd love to have one myself.
You know, it seems like it takes a lot of coordination to bring all this technology together. Do you rely on outside resources, too?
I think you have to do, when you look at the technologies we have today, you don't get a solution from any one provider. So it's being able to put together a diverse group of technologists that have the right attributes and can bring the right technologies to bear to create a given capability.
How about any universities, community colleges, any type of collaboration?
All of those. The Battery Innovation Center has membership from Purdue University, as well as Ivy Tech, as well as universities like Penn State that bring together unique laser capabilities, machining capabilities, and really the personnel that have the knowledge to use the equipment and machines to make those products.
Very interesting. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for the opportunity, Joe.